Welcome back to another video, guys. So yeah, it's been a little while since I've done an upload. There are many reasons for that, but yeah, I'll get into that in a sec. Basically, a bit of an update for you guys. As you know from the last video, obviously I had that car crash in Rita, and it's half been settled now, so that I've actually had all the payment done for the car. That's been settled, and unfortunately they've actually written the car off as a Cat N, which, if any of you don't know what a Cat N is, it is, I believe, a new category that's come in to replace some of the lower class categories, and it's now a Cat N to be an uneconomical repair, but not structurally damaged. So it's all cosmetic, as bad as that cosmetic looks. Yeah, so they didn't take the car, they didn't take it away and assess it, they just asked for a load of pictures. So I sent them a load of pictures and just waited about, I think it was about a week, 10 days, something like that. And their engineers got back to me and basically said, yeah, that's not looking good. Here's the breakdown of what, you know, what we can do, blah, 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 blah. Here's the final amount, and you can have the car back. So that's what I stressed to them. I said, I've got to have this car back. I do not want it going to the scrapyard or anywhere basically being taken away for a few £100. I've got way too much time and money put into it for that. So I said, I've got to have this car back. I've got to have it back. And so I've got it back. Well, it didn't go anywhere, but I've got it. But me and the girlfriend basically broke it down. There was a couple of pictures on Instagram. Broke it all up down, got the tailgate off. I got a new tailgate, 2 new lights. The left one wasn't broken, but I just thought, just in case, I got a pair just to be safe, in case a mount was broken or something silly. I took the rear bumper off and basically got the rear mount that was actually broken on it. It's actually tucked over there in the corner. I've actually glued it back on with some like industrial glue, and it's holding really nicely. So yeah, I let that cure. Did that about a week ago or so. As you know, obviously with all these insurance things, that they take time, and some take longer than others. This is sort of my third instant now where, you know, it's taken. I mean, I'm at about a month now that this is actually happened from. So because this car is obviously still out of action, as you can see, and gathering dust in the shed. I believe it's been about 3 months or so that this has been in here. I am missing her, and I do want her back on the road as soon as possible. The last couple of weeks, like I say, these are the reasons why this one's not been done as quick. I don't know if you know, we've had quite a lot of snow down here, so it has been really cold, and then just your sort of general tasks going on over Christmas, and then birthdays and anniversaries. All that's all been going on in January and February, and then March, and more birthdays and things like that. So that, you know, your weekends are kind of filled with that time doing things with the family. So, you know, that's got to be done. That's obviously always a priority over these hobbies. But I have been, obviously, the biggest part of it, as you know, the price of things. So it's not been cheap to replace all these parts. I've got a big pile of parts over there, and I'll get into that in a sec. I've hung fire for the time being, collected all the bits I needed, and then bam, had a car crash. But that isn't my main priority at the minute. It's getting this one back on the road, because this is obviously my main car, and it's a lot better as a daily driver, obviously, than Rita. So to speed things up, is I've had no option but to, because of everything that's been going on, and with my whiplash, I'm now without a car at all. So I've had to hire a car, which I got one from the insurance company, but that went back on Wednesday. It's now Friday. So I've had to pay out of my own pocket for another hire car for 2 weeks. Then I've basically got a really nice guy called Andy. He's going to come down, sort this car out for me, and go from there, basically. Like I say, he's going to come down. I've got all the parts. I told him I've got all the bits. Just come down, help me out, and he's going to bang it all together, basically get this car done in one day. So that's really good. That'll take out all that labour that I didn't need to do anymore, and then with some of the money that I got paid for the car, I can get this car back on the road. That car didn't cost much to get all the parts for Rita, so she's pretty much good to go. I just got to do some body work on it, and yeah, go from there really. So like I say, he's coming down tomorrow morning. I'm going to go get the hire car tomorrow morning. Then I've got my hospital appointment in the morning as well. So it's quite a busy day tomorrow, but he's going to crack on while I'm doing this. Well, I've got to go and get a hire car because I need one. And then that gives me a 2-week window to then go and basically take, clean this car up after he's completed all this, work on Rita for a little bit, and also get this booked in for an MOT, get it insured and get it taxed, and go from there basically. And then Rita can be pulled back in here. I can slowly work on it, make it better, sort out all those little funny issues that I was getting with the engine sort of spluttering, and hopefully it's just a clogged fuel filter or something silly like that, and go from there basically. Yeah, so my main focus is to get this car back on the road. Like I say, it's been nearly 3 months, which it shouldn't have been, but it was just a bad time of the year to get it done, and basically it couldn't be helped. Things had to be done and things just sort of didn't come into line, and just had one problem after another. But it is coming together, so being positive, being good. And she is looking really sorry for herself. I don't know if you can see that, how grim the paintwork is. This is after I've actually wiped it off and it's still pretty bad, so yeah, it's looking pretty sorry for itself. But like I say, I've treated her to some nice little goodies. I've got some Red X for the fuel tank, so that's nice and sort of sterilises the fuel a little bit, makes it a bit better. We've got some rubber seals to put on that have perished near the doors, and then I've got some just basically turtle wax quick detailer to do the initial coat of the rubbish off the car. Then I've got some really nice Meguiar's Canuba wax, so that'll give it some better protection. And then I've got to try a Meguiar's Mirror Bright kit. So this come with like wheel cleaner, wax detailer, and I think it was a glass cleaner. So that's pretty good. Comes in a nice little bag. And then the other little treat I thought would be quite good for the Clio that I've got. We have got this little goodie, which I thought would look quite smart. So I basically got this off RenaultPartsDirect.com, I think it is. And basically I noticed in a picture on someone else's car, and I had to double check and have a glance at mine. I thought, oh, mine hasn't got it, maybe someone's taken it out then, because I didn't know if it was an option or someone just made it after and thought that looks nice afterwards. But I thought it'd look quite smart and go with one of these. And basically I've gone and got a Renault Sport steering wheel centre piece, bit of trim that basically sits in the centre of the steering wheel, at the very bottom of the steering wheel, so that sort of just ties it up nice little logo there, and it just screws together and holds itself in between the two arms. So I'll just show you that on there. So basically those two pieces there, if you can see them. No, you can't really see it very well there. Let's get my phone. So those two little arms there at the bottom, it just slots in there, and it just tidies this little bit of the steering wheel up. So I thought it would look quite smart. It looks quite nice. So yeah, that was a good little buy. And yeah, then these are the rubber trims down here that I want to replace. This one's not too bad, but I bought the pair and I got quite a good deal on eBay for them. So the other one's quite perished and torn. So as always, I want to do stuff in pairs. I don't like really replacing things as singles, especially if one's a lot older than the other. So look, you can see how dirty my car is. I've got crap on it and everything. Yeah, so this is the other side, which is looking pretty bad for itself. It's actually split now all the way down. so that shouldn't be doing that. That should be attached to the car. So yeah, they'll be coming off. Got nice new ones just sitting over there basically. And yeah, so it's looking all good. It's coming together. Like I say, I've got this big pile of parts over here waiting to go on. I've got the old discs ready to go back on. They're absolutely fine to reuse. They're just being crusty because it's been sitting in this damp shed for a bit. We have got about 80 quid's worth of bolts, suspension bolts, waiting to go back on. I could not believe how expensive these are, but they have to be bought because they are particular threads. We've got 2 new cup shocks for the front, and then we've got all the bits ready for him as well. We've got copper C's, we've got some fir tree fixings, some Loctite, and then some petroleum jelly because I want him to put them inside of the shocks like I said before. We have got a new reverse switch sensor because the reverse light on my car was playing up. Every now and then I put in reverse and the reverse light wouldn't come on. The bulb's absolutely fine, but this is normally the other problem that they've said on the forums. So yeah, picked that up on eBay, nice and cheap, and that's all brand new obviously. And then the other big part we were waiting to come in was top mounts that I was deciding to go with. So we've got the old ones over there. They're absolutely fine, nothing wrong with them, but the problem is I needed these bolts. So they're the top 3 bolts that go in the top of the heads of this, and then it's the main strut nut that actually goes on top of here, which I couldn't get hold of at the dealer. And well, I could, but they wanted an absolute arm and a leg for them, and I thought, well, if I'm going to pay a lot of money for them, I might as well replace these with it and do the whole lot, because knowing my luck, these will play up a month later and then the whole lot will have to be stripped out again because these are at the top of the strut and is in the guts of the whole thing. So this is the last thing you want going after you replace all of this basically. So yeah, we've got these, got a pair of them. Obviously there's one box there, one there. Obviously make sure you get the right one for your model of car, because obviously with these, this is the pre-suspension design, if you like. These are the ones before they changed them basically in 2010. So there is another design, so make sure if your car's on 2009, 2010 that you get the right ones, because there are 2 types. And then the other option was drop links. So I didn't want to go with standard drop links because we are running the H&R lowering springs. A lot of people say they're not necessary, but I thought I'd go with it anyway, just in case for the future. Doesn't hurt. A bit more robust as well. Drop links. So I've got some adjustable drop links. These are just universal ones that you can get on eBay. So hopefully they stand up to the test of time. If not, we'll be swapping them out. But yeah, so we've got 4 of them because they require 4 on this car, 2 on each side in the control arm, which go in, 1 in there in the control arm, and then the other one actually connects to the strut, which is up here, which is the longer side. So you've got a short one and a long one. So yeah, 2 brand new control arms. Then we've got the 2 struts that you saw me working on before with the new ball joints. So he's got to do the same on the other side. Obviously that side's completely not been taken apart at all, so that's got to be done. But he's got a good start here, and he's got all the parts he needs, hopefully, as long as no bolts play him up. Yeah, and that's about it really, guys. So there's not going to be a lot going on in this video other than just telling you the update on it all. And like I say, I've just been finally getting over this cold as well and coughing my guts up for the last week or so. So yeah, I'm now 2 weeks into that. So yeah, little violin. So yeah, like I say, that's been going on, lots been going on, but it is all coming together and we're getting things sorted. But my main focus is, like I say, to get this back on the road. I can't wait to put it back on the road. I've absolutely missed having this car. Rita's been great, you know, it's been absolutely fun having her, and I'd have happily dailied her until this was ready. But like I say, this has been off the road for so long now, I'm just getting sick of seeing it in here and it just slowly, well, gathering more dust basically. But like I say, my only option, it just came to it, I just had to make the call. Just get someone down here, someone that's you know, really reputable, and he's a really nice guy. Right, this is another day, guys. So yeah, as you can tell, it's Sunday. So basically, couldn't actually get any footage of either of the days that I was wanting to do because I just need to get on with things. And the weather was really bad over the weekend because it was snowing quite bad down here. So I had to kind of just concentrate and get things done. Had a lot to going on. So I had Andy come down, and unfortunately we come into a bit of a hiccup with it all. The second ball joint out of the arm, which he's gone and taken with him, has failed to come out of it. He moved it by about 5mm, but in doing so, it's actually bent my arm, if you can see that. So you can see it's completely not straight at all now, so that's absolutely knackered. So that's not good. Gonna have to get another one of them. And the universal drop links as well, if you ever get these, the threads weren't long enough on the short side, so the ones that go into the control arm weren't actually long enough. So what I'm gonna have to do is we've replaced the longer ones, which are just here basically, so that's all in. And if I can get a light on it, so Andy's managed to finish up this side of the suspension. So we've got all new H&R spring, the drop links there, and we've got all the ball joints in. We just need to get the nut for this and this drop link here basically, because for whatever reason we can't get the nut on that. So we're going to get a new drop link there, and then hopefully this side will be buttoned up when he comes back on Wednesday. He's done the top as well, so we're struggling with that side at the minute. He's got the other ball joint pressed into the other hub on that side. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So that's all I can really get on with at the minute. Like I say, Andy's been really helpful, come down and helped me out, and tried to crack on with as much as we could. But yeah, he's got the other strut just there. That's all mounted, ready to go. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. These things happen with cars, like you know. It's never straightforward. There's always something to get in the way. So hopefully Wednesday's coming down and he'll get this all buttoned up, and I just want this car done now. I've just had enough of it sitting here. I know some of you guys wanted to show, go into more depth with it with yourselves, but I can't work on it myself. As you can hear, I'm still stinking cold, and my neck is not great, so working on the car obviously aggravates it, and it's being freezing cold. So I'm just updating you guys. This is what's going on, and yeah, hopefully this car will be up and running within I don't know, next week or so, I guess. I want to get it fully detailed, like I said, and go from there. But yeah, if you like the video, guys, hopefully there'll be more to come on this. So I've got my new hire car. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Like I say, there is going to be more to come. We're always going to be doing bits to the car, getting it sort of really nice and trying to just iron out all the small pieces on it. But yeah, if you like the video, guys, leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment if there's anything you need to know. I can try and help you with. If you're starting a project like this, it is quite involved. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.